Audio, connecting the audio. There it is. Morning.
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 Good morning.
Morning.
Smile, Ed.
I am.
Okay.
Did you get my quote?
I got your quote, buddy. We're rocking and rolling with it.
Good.
Thank you. I thought I sent you a text or something back saying thank you.
That's all right. You probably did.
I probably did. Is
I get about 150 emails a day.
that all?
No.
My wife gets 300.
Is that all?
Well, good morning, Holly, Ed.
Good morning.
Hey, Gordon.
Morning. Roberta.
Good morning,
I guess we-
Gordon.
I guess the first thing, again, to see, we want to make sure we have a quorum. I guess we had, well, how many we need for a quorum at this point?
3, you got it.
We've got it?
Well, if
Okay.
Jim Curtis, is Jim on, is he under Debbie?
Yeah, yes. You've got that this morning. Harry will not be joining us this morning, and Jeremy. So we have the quorum. Wonderful.
Is Jim here, though? Jim Curtis?
Yeah, he's here somewhere.
It says Debbie. I don't know if that's him or not. If he wants to identify himself, that would be great. They just logged off.
Ollie, you might, I guess, before you start the meeting, talk a little bit about, I guess, got a couple of new members. How does that have to work in terms of their officially marketing members? Can you just briefly go over that, please?
I sure can. And first of all, I want to thank Ed Style and Jamie for participating in the marketing committee and representing the POA. As far as our charter goes, Gordon, the POA will have to submit 2 members from their boards to be members of the marketing committee and be approved by the council before they can be official. Roberta's already been, but she represents the club. Never mind.
I'm already officiated.
Yeah, you're
Right, right.
officiated from the club. You are,
Right.
you know, and you look it too. You look official.
Yeah, thanks.
But we will need 2 members from the POA, and the current president now is Grace Guess, and she will have to let us know who her appointed victims are so that we can take it to the council.
Okay, very good. And that should take typically how long? Be done by the next council meeting?
It depends
so
on
that-
if she can get those volunteers appointed before the next council meeting. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Actually, if I could interject, in the minutes of the POA board meeting that was discussed, and it was Grace Guest from the POA, and assisting her is going to be Paul Evans
Okay,
and Bruce Scant.
okay. We only need 2, but we'll get to that.
I think they may switch back and forth because sometimes
okay.
one or the other will not be available.
All right, so it
Okay.
was Grace, Bruce, and
Paul,
Paul Evans.
Paul
Paul
Evans. Okay,
Great. So
we
we
will
need
make
2.
sure that that is put on the next council meeting.
Okay, very good. So we need two of them would be voting. We could have more can join us, but 2 can be voting members, correct?
They all 3 can be voting members, just not all 3 at the same time. And just 2 voting members. Yes, sir.
There are 2 voting members, yes. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Well, wonderful, great. Good news on that. Again, welcome, Bruce. Well, let's, I guess, officially start the meeting. And at this point, the first will be the approval of the meetings as for the September 29th meeting. Is there any changes, additions to the September 29th meeting?
Can I say something? I'm sorry, but I mean, there's no need to continue on until we find out for sure that Jim's here,
Right,
as far as an official meeting.
yeah,
At
yeah,
present,
go ahead.
I was just gonna list everybody's names. Some people, Ed Style, myself, Gordon Brand, Holly Style, Karen, Bruce, Doug, Howard's iPad, Paul, no last name, Roberta Walton, and then Debbie. I don't know if that's Jim, but that's who's on.
Paul Evans, can you hear me?
I can. Okay, thank you. So,
So we really don't have a quorum then.
well, if, I don't know if Debbie is Jim, they're muted, their screen is black, but if they could identify themselves, that would be great. But I do not know if that is Jim or not. But as I'm asking now for identification, maybe if they're hearing this, they can identify, unmute themselves or type out that they're here.
Yeah,
Well, there's 11 people on this meeting right now, including 2 city staff. All right, now somebody named Hadley is joining.
Yeah, Paul Evans is on video now.
Okay.
Okay, all right, Paul, great.
morning, Paul.
Good morning.
So the question in terms of the quorum, do we use the do we have a quorum from the past members, correct? So don't we just go ahead with that? We get Ed, don't we have a quorum?
Well, so the members are Ed Stahl, Jamie Dara, Jim Curtis, Harry Collins, and Roberta Walton.
Yes,
So we've only got 2 right now. Since Jamie and Harry is not present, so we only have 2 that we know of.
no, wouldn't,
So we need 3. It has to
wouldn't that be
be,
myself? Am I a voting member?
no, you're not. You're, as the chairman, you're not.
I'm not. What about the mayor?
No, I'm ex officio. I can't vote.
It has to be 2, it's supposed to be half of that plus 1, so it needs to be
Right,
3
be a
voting
majority.
members.
Yeah,
Right.
So that would be a total of 3, 1, 2, 3, okay. So. this- yeah,
Can someone call the Curtises and ask?
I'm on
I
it.
can,
Oh, go
okay.
ahead. Karen, you want to go ahead?
Go ahead,
Do
Karen.
it.
yeah, I can try calling him if you'd like.
Okay.
Well, if someone's listening from their end,
Yeah, maybe Debbie's working on it.
Is Jim Curtis, Jim?
Did you say Harry wasn't attending today, Gordon?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we got an email that he had a conflict,
And
yes.
I know Jamie's not, so.
Jamie's not. So we have Harry, no, we have Jim. I'm gonna think who else, Ed. That's 2.
Roberta,
Roberta,
Roberta.
that's 3. So
Yeah.
where,
if Jim's here.
oh, Jim's here.
Yeah, if he is here.
Oh. We need.
He's
more.
not in, he's not clocked in right now.
Let me. Karen, can you try to call him? Or I'll
She is.
try?
She's trying.
Okay.
Isn't this a beautiful day, y'all?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Bruce.
Okay, I just talked to him and he is, I think he forgot about it, but he's gonna jump on real quick.
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
Well, I will let him on as soon as he presents himself.
okay. So Fall Fest, you talk a little bit about that, Mayor. How did that go? How did you feel about Fall Fest? You know,
I thought the city looked fantastic. The weather was fantastic. The Special Projects Committee worked for months and months and months and did a fantastic job. The vendors all enjoyed it. As I wheeled everybody around in a golf cart. All the visitors had a fabulous time and said they were coming back. I
Ooh,
thought it was, according to the people that I talked to, they said it was one of the best ones that we've ever had. Have no idea how many people showed up, but it was a lot. It was great. We sold almost all the t-shirts, all but I think 3. It was wonderful. And I appreciated all the volunteers that helped and worked so hard for it.
who's the
I
comments? from the-
second that. It was wonderful.
What'd you say, Roberta?
I said, I second your comments that it was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
We
I
ran
would
into
ask-
hot dogs.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. We ran out of hot dogs. The special projects committee is going to have an additional meeting just to evaluate what went on, talk about how we can improve it for next year. But I thought it was
Right.
wonderful, and I so love all the people that worked so hard.
Jim's on now, so we should be good to go.
Okay, very good. Well, great. Let's again go into the approval, talking about the September 29th meeting minutes. Any changes, corrections to it? Do I hear a motion to approve it? The minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
So moved. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Very good. All right, very good. Well, let's get right into the website. No, I'm sorry, the marketing update. Doug, you're on. Maybe update us what's happening.
All right, good morning, everybody. Appreciate getting to come on. And I don't know how beautiful up there is today, Mayor, but it was beautiful on Tuesday. So had a great time. And Steve and I were up there all day Tuesday taking some more fall photos, videos, drones, from everything from the hay bales to the new construction, existing homes. Steve stayed and did the tapas dinners, and also the next day, the garden club meeting. So we got some good shots of that. Steve's gonna be reviewing, and I'm gonna get with him once he's finished cleaning up everything and look at everything, see what we need, kind of write everything down. And so we're going to get that disc back from Jason, I heard, and we're going to put all the new stuff on the disc and go from there. Steve has started working on the new 30-second video for the fall. He has some of the photos that the lady took on Fall Fest. I saw some of them, cars, different things look really good, but there weren't very many. So I don't know if she sent the rest to Jason or where they are. Steve only got about 15 that she uploaded to a Google Drive. So maybe she picked out the top 15. I would think there would have been more than that, but so we should be good to go on that by the next meeting, and we'll be able to send stuff out to all my media contacts, things. So that's something we want to continue to do every quarter. It does take 30 seconds. You think, oh, that's no problem, but it does take a little while to put it all together, and with music and all that type stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. As we went around on Tuesday, I love talking to the people, and so we rode and talked to different golfers. I met some locals, met a very nice couple from Atlanta that had been there once, never heard of it. I think they had seen something on social media. They were both very good golfers and just loved Sky Valley. So it was good. I don't sometimes bother people, but it was kind of, when we go around like that, certainly want to find out as much information, because that's valuable to us. And so it's certainly things that I can use in the future, and want to make sure we told them about the websites, the webcam, all that stuff that they can continue to look back, see what's going on at Sky Valley, and go from there. So that was good. I'm glad I took the time to talk to some people. As I'd mentioned before, I got a couple of radio stations. and we have to do this in advance. You can't just do it overnight. So we have a radio station on coastal Georgia that's ready to do a interview. We just need to get somebody to do it, and I will get everything put together. Probably about 10 minutes. We can talk about everything. They can talk about anything they want to talk about. So, from real estate to pickleball to whatever. So, so we can talk about that. And I know Jamie's done some of the past. If I think Harry did one. So it's a good thing to get out. And then I've got another one coming up as well, but we've got to nail down the time. So y'all can let me know how you want to handle that. It's great. Still sending some stuff out on all the social media sites, getting a lot of people certainly coming back and making comments and liking and different things like that. So that's exciting to do. If you heard Ed say a little while ago, did he get a quote? I got another big magazine that we're going to have an article in that's just going to center around real estate and what to do in the surrounding areas for potential buyers. So we certainly want to, Rayburn County, other parts of the surrounding areas. So we've got some pictures that are going to be nothing but homes, new construction. We're going over those. Steve and I he's actually texting me tons of stuff right now because I've got to get this in and get it going. So Ed just gave us a quote that we'll be able to use so we can get some interest up there about the real estate. So excited about that. So thanks, Ed. Nailing down probably a 4 media group coming up this spring. I'll probably know more about it by next meeting. But we're going to have local guy, a Florida guy, a New England guy, and somebody else. So we want to get them all up there at the same time, showcase everything, because these are going to be pretty good guys. We'll probably get Rayburn County to be a part of this so they can at least meet the people up there. Now, the house, and so like we did with Fred in the past and other ones, the house that Bill gave us for Tuesday night was perfect. It was 4 bedrooms, nice big kitchen, something like that would be perfect to host, these guys in and go from there. So excited about that because that's just, again, that's the best thing we can do is bring these guys up here and let them see it and showcase all what we're doing. And then I'll be able to get them all the information they need that they can send out that, will go out through 2023. So excited about that. So things are going good. Certainly going to slow down a little bit with the winter time, but that's why we want to focus more on some real estate. Once we get this article, then I've got about 4 or 5 people that will just put this article in because they won't have to do anything. They don't have to do writing. They don't have to worry about photos. This article will be set that we can go out in different places. And I've got a couple of real estate people in Florida that's going to put this a part of their newsletter or little magazine they have. So once we get something written like that and published, then we can use it for different things. So that's going to be good. So lot of stuff going on. It's always great to hear good things about different people coming up, hearing where they heard it from, where they from, all that different stuff. And I don't mean just like I was there on Tuesday, but certainly I'm promoting Sky Valley every time I'm talking and whatever. So excited about that. So that's pretty much it on my end.
I did, thank you. I do want to comment a little bit about Bill Theis and providing the overnight, accommodation for you. And thank you to him. But maybe you could tell us a little bit about it. You just commented on it. Really presented Sky Valley well, his
Yeah.
VRBO.
Absolutely. I mean, let's see, that's the third place I think I've been in with Bill. I mean, they are just beautiful, been all redecorated, upper, lower levels. Just, you couldn't ask for anything else. And every media person that we put up just has commented on the accommodations that Bill has, given us. So it's certainly worth the money to do it. And we've done everything from houses to condos and in between. So yeah, certainly I always reach out to Bill and tell Bill thank you. So, maybe we reach out to Bill in a special way and say thank you. I think, he has to pay a cleaning fee, when they leave, but and those are perfect. And I wish we had more of them that we could, showcase and get people to come up and stay in those and look around and go from there.
The second part of my comment was you said, I'm ready to schedule a member of the Sky Valley coming on a radio show this fall, coastal region. Let's pick a spokesperson. I guess anyone within, any ideas on that? Committee, why someone who could be a spokesperson? I know you've had so far as a spokesperson, Jamie, and who else?
Harry did one.
Gary,
So I'm trying to, split them
I
up,
think
different
Howard
radio
did
stations.
too.
Howard did one.
Howard did one, yeah. So yeah, we've been doing it now for a couple of years, and I'm reaching out, and I'm actually got a gentleman from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area that is excited, wants to come down and see it, and he's got both another radio station and a magazine. So these guys that are multifaceted, I guess you could say, is great. So, and one of these media people I'm hoping to come is going to be from Apple News. So we're working on that. If we can get a nice thing into Apple News, that, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands people would see. But we're working on that through one of my connections, and so that would be fantastic. So, but I don't care. It's up to y'all. Whatever. I think Jamie's done great. Certainly,
Yeah.
Howard and Harry have done
Yeah.
great. But if you want to do somebody new, and it's real simple. I will give the questions based on what we want to talk about, and he'll just ask them. And so, like I said, 10 minutes. At the tops, and just talk about Sky Valley. So it's real simple. So if anybody new wants to try it, it's real simple. And hey, let me tell you too, most of these guys can tape stuff during the week. So a lot of their shows are on Saturday or Sunday. So that they'll be glad to tape stuff during the week and call you during the week.
So you don't have a date yet where?
No, sir. They're waiting on me. He's basically said, just let him know. He's got some free time coming up. Once we get in the fall, golf kind of slows down a little bit, and travel slows down a little bit. So they have a little more open schedule, so we can get somebody in there. So if we'll just find somebody, and y'all can talk about it and get back to me or whatever, it's real simple. And I'll just call him and say, here you go. And he'll just call whenever we set it up. It's real simple. So
Committee, do we have a suggestion, Jamie? I'd like to
Gordon, I would love it if Jamie would do it with her wonderful lilting southern drawl. I think she does a great job.
That's funny, Holly.
Yes.
But you're definitely right. She's got that down.
Yeah. So Jamie,
I think she enjoyed it. I think she's enjoyed it and certainly, done a good job. I think I sent y'all the link, and I think y'all all commented on how, good Jamie did. So
Well, I can
she's
start
not
working on her. I'll work on her and see if she'll do it. If
Okay.
I want her to.
Well,
okay,
that's fine. Y'all just let me know and I'll
Yeah.
have it set up.
okay, Mayor, you'll follow up with them. Wonderful, great,
I will
Very
do
good.
so.
very good. Well,
Thanks, Mayor.
thank you, Doug, for the report. Okay, Second
Can I
item.
ask Doug a question?
sure, absolutely.
Doug, could you elaborate a little more on how you see us using the 30-second spot that you guys are working on?
Well, Jim, it's simple in the media world. These guys we can do articles, we can do radio shows, we can do email blasts. And by the way, too, that email, the ad, whatever, I think we're going to be able to use that one, and I think it's going to be perfect for what we want to do. I'm getting with my media source web guy that we'll be able to do a blanketed email blast with that ad. So I think it's perfect now, and we'll be able to do. Back to your question, Jim. These type 30-second ones are ones that we can send out through social media. I will send it once we get something like this, because I really have a list of about 3,000 media people that we send stuff to all the time. But I would like to, narrow that down and get some really top people. Everybody, you have to remember too, when you're in the media business, you're looking for content, and you're looking for content all the time. You think about a newspaper, whatever, they got to come up with a story, every day. So they welcome stuff like this. And again, it's just staying on top of it. And so over the years, I've made a lot of friends by being through the media. And so they are looking. So as I've told you, as we've written stuff about Sky Valley, they've seen it. They want to come to Sky Valley. I've mentioned that to you a few times. So that's the type of stuff we're trying to do. So Jim, once we get this done, we will be able to send this out to a lot of people. And Jim, it's real simple. We have all our stuff ready to go. All I have to tell my media guy is, okay, here you go. We're going to send out Sky Valley fall video, send it to 150 media people. And certainly we can send this out as a email blast with no problem. It would just, I think we could probably put it on the inside, but it would always certainly go as an attachment where people can find out more information, and they just open it up and do it. But this type stuff, so I want to have one every quarter and just flip it. So we would run this all the way through winter and just keep running. But it doesn't take anything for us to just say, okay, hey, we want to run this video. Where you want to run it? Okay, we want to run it to the media. We want to run it to the people in North Carolina or whatever. So Jim, it's a broad answer, but it's something that's very well taken. It's something different, and that's why I was leading off. It's not just an article. It's not just a radio, show or whatever, or ad magazine. It's something that's different. It's moving. It's got the music. It's just looks good. And most of these guys go out of their way by continuing to put stuff out. So I don't have to tell, hey, can you run this a few times on your stuff? They do it. So.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Great answer, Doug.
Thanks,
Good.
Jim.
Again, thanks, Doug. Okay, the next item on the agenda, the website report. Jason, could you update us, please?
I can. Good morning, everyone. The website, it has had some updates. by the Lawsons based on some of the content from Debbie and Jamie. One of the things we did with the site back before the Fall Fest was when you went to the site, particularly if it was the first time you went to it, there was a little pop-up, for lack of a better word, that it mentioned, referenced the Fall Fest date, time, and activities, and you had to pretty much click on that for that to go away. I think we had a lot of traction with that. One of the things that we've really been able to do, or I've been able to do, is add some content to the Visit Sky Valley Facebook page. I do get notifications about likes and things like that. We did put a lot of buzz about Fall Fest, even put some information about the pickleball court resurfacing that's done now, by the way. Anytime that we can put anything there, I can typically do that much more quickly than what can be done on the website. But the Lawsons, they've been helping out as from time to time as needed. We put the calendar update and things like that. So the website, I think it looks great. I am hoping to maybe have somebody late this year, first the next, that Mike could take this communication position to kind of run with that and take it, but it is up and running. And so I think it's doing a good job.
For the communication specialist, how close are we in that? I know you've been interviewing.
I am interviewing a lady next week. I hope that it will turn out well. She seems to be excited. We did have a phone interview or phone conversation. He seems very interested in the position. Actually, it's somebody that's moving here that found Sky Valley. I don't know if it was through these marketing efforts, but she is retiring, and but definitely not at a point she wants to fully retire. And so they're moving here to be a permanent resident this fall. So hopefully we'll work out. I'll provide more details after that interview, particularly if we move forward. But we are hoping to get that filled very soon, and can take the reins of a lot of this stuff that that we're relying on the Lawsons to do now.
Any questions to Jason at all? Very good. Thank you, Jason, for the update. Next item on the agenda is Forward Raven, and Jamie sent me a report that I sent on to you, and I'll just read it again, what Jamie's comments for Forward Raven. There is always a lot in the works for them. Some things that are going now and will continue through the year follow below. Discover Georgia's brochures and app, the new Atlanta Magazine publication, Save Our Georgia, the Atlanta Parent Holiday Issue, the 2023 Explore Georgia Travel Guide, co-opted with Dillard, renewing contracts with Travel, Taste and Tour, Oxford America, Power Play Marketing, sports programs, and USA Today, travel books, Fox 5, and WSB TV. CJ is currently working with the producer of A Fork in the Road, a program that airs on GPD, to do sponsored episodes on Raven County, co-sponsored by Georgia Crown. This will feature us as the farm to table capital and focus on venues at the Lake Raven Hotel and local farms, ingredients they use. The episodes will air a number of times next year and be available on their websites. All this exposure benefits Sky Valley, so we just need to keep getting our name out there. Comments? Any comments about it? Jamie's doing a great job in reporting to us on that.
Hey, yeah,
Yes,
let me tell you a little bit about A Fork in the Road.
yes.
Fork in the Road is, if David Selsky is the producer, host, owner of the Fork in the Road. David, if you used to remember the Georgia Traveler on Georgia Public Broadcasting, and was on there for years and was actually their #1 show. And we actually did a show a few years ago on the Georgia Golf Trail, and David does a fantastic job. He's had a couple of other shows, but this Fork in the Road show is promoted through Georgia Grown, Department of Agriculture. And so David, again, is looking for content. And so he reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to, promote some things in Georgia? And I'm like, yeah. So we've been working on doing some filming on a episode that we're going to be calling Georgia Grown Golf Trail. We're actually trying to do some more stuff with the Department of Agriculture. But excited about that. This show will be out next spring. And like you heard there, Georgia Public Broadcasting will continue to air the show. And so I don't know how many years they did the Georgia Traveler with the Georgia Golf Trail show. And so we got huge support, different things like that. Now I asked David and I said, hey, I would love to get, so I'll back up real quick. I had asked him, I said, hey, can we do this every year? And he said, I said, I would love to get Sky Valley a part of this. And he mentioned what they're doing with Rayburn County. There is no mention of Sky Valley in this show. It's just about Rayburn County. Certainly Sky Valley is part of Rayburn County, so we get that. So we want to do more than that. So I asked him, I said, hey, can we do something on Sky Valley? And he said, absolutely, because I'm trying to get him to target where we're going to be able to do stuff along Georgia every year. Now, granted, depending on how long the Department of Agriculture wants to continue to do the show, but he's all in for it. So we will schedule. I'll be able to talk to you more about this. But this and the show on Rayburn County is going to be really good. I will keep you abreast of when it will be coming on. I'm sure Jamie will probably know through Rayburn County. So it's very exciting. But we've got some great things to talk about with Sky Valley. And that would be one of the things I'd like to do for next year. And again, as I mentioned to Jim, these guys are always looking for content because they can't figure it out. So they want people to come to them. And so that's why he asked me, hey, would you like to be a part of that, for this year that would come out next spring? So that would be the biggest thing that it's on that thing that she's doing. Because again, it wouldn't be just one time, oh, well, we missed it, sorry. But they'll continue to run it. So then, Jim, we will be able to grab that show and promote it to, again, all these other people. So we would certainly would let Rayburn County know what we're doing on our marketing effort. And so it's exciting. I think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing the episodes and going from there. It'll be next spring.
Next spring? Okay, very good. Thank you. Next item is the photographer agreement that we had with Steve Dingberg on photos. And I just wanted to go over a little bit of that. We want to make sure at the end of his contract, we've got everything that you wanted and the committee wanted in terms of images and so forth. Possibly tell us a little bit, since you were involved with it, Doug. Let's go over the photo shoot on Monday, October the 3rd. What did you do at that time? What images were we trying to?
Oh, you mean I got to go back 3 weeks? I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. I
can't remember yesterday. What was I doing yesterday? Hey, get this. Hey, I was out at a golf course yesterday, running around doing stuff. And I actually, had my clubs and was doing some playing so we could do some stuff. And I ran back to the clubhouse and got in the car, and I got a phone call from the pro a couple hours later. He said, guess what you left? So I left my clubs on the cart, and just zoomed off. So I gotta go get them. So it's funny as we all know, but the October 3rd shoot, I'm like, golly, let's see, what all did we shoot that
City
time?
Hall, you did the city employees.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Jason, why don't you speak up? I mean, Jason.
No, I'm just let you. You're doing well.
Jason's the star, Karen and Monica, all ones there. We did the police force there. We did all the guys from the garbage. We did the new culvert there. So this was more of a city shoot, different things that was going on around. We did some more homes. Oh, we actually, Gordon took us. Gordon, will you remind me, since Gordon was with us, okay, so Gordon got us into, I don't know, 2 or 3 beautiful homes that we actually got to go inside and take some pictures of, you know, the great views of everything. So that was extremely helpful. So now we got some different views. Actually, Steve just sent me another one because we're, like I said, we're using these home pictures for this article we're doing. So, but no, that went really well. And again, just certain things that we needed to do and whatever. So we're again, I mean, I just talked to Steve. He said that, you know, we could get some golfers up there. He's like, hey, Doug, you want to send some golfers up there? We could do some stuff. Can we get some people that's actually actors that are on the, you know, trails, things like that. So he seems like, hey, I'll go back up there next week and shoot some of that stuff when we still have some color. So Steve's available, and whatever again y'all want to do, we certainly got to wait till the snow comes again to get that. But y'all tell us, this is what y'all do and think about it, and anything else we want to do, and go from there.
But I did want to add, I know you were here, of course, the last couple of days. What are the items that we're looking for? And we had the tapas dinner, and Steve is still looking for some gatherings where there are people and maybe outside activities. And he definitely would like to see a group areas, maybe hiking and so forth, and with younger people too, a combination of younger people going in. I mean, he's brought this up a couple of times.
Yeah.
Comment.
Agreed. We would love to get some younger people in the photos and to showcase that. So yeah.
So if committee, you have other ideas, we're going to have Steve come up again, and if we could do it, well, obviously we're going to get the winter photos. We need winter photos, as we found out. We need snow photos, and I'll try to coordinate that, and hopefully the snow will be here. But also we want, between now and the end of the year, we want to have another shoot where hiking and so forth, we can get some other things involved. And if you have things, group activities or something, that would be ideal.
Yeah, he mentioned again, he had one group, I think he got earlier or last year, about around the fire pit.
Yes.
So that, that would be a really good picture there. So some of that, I mean, we just stage it. So, but we would need some quote unquote actors to, hey, meet us up at the clubhouse and we'll run down by the waterfall and do this, or someplace, I don't know really where all y'all hike, but different places.
Right.
And then around the clubhouse. And
Gordon, we also have the run for the summit. Is that the name of it, Jason, where we have runners doing, there's 3 different runs and they involve Sky Valley?
It's the bomb run, it's the Sky to Summit race. I think that should be coming up here pretty soon. Sean
Is it
Blanton.
November? Is it in November, I think?
I believe so. It's
Yeah.
I think it's the second weekend in November. And
It's November, if I can interject, it's November 5th and 6th.
Okay.
November 5th and 6th. We could
Yes.
tie that in, Doug, and maybe with some other activities too, outdoor activities. That would be great.
all right,
Maybe
November.
tennis more. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, November 5th and 6th. All right, here's what I want you to do, Gordon. So since you communicate with both of us, just write that back to Steve and I so we put it on the calendar.
Okay, I'd like to put that in. That'd be great. Send me information you have on it, Holly, and then we'll coordinate with Jim Curtis, hiking, again, maybe some other activities, going outdoor activities with that. So we do a bunch at that day, so more than just one function. Good.
Yeah. Well, Jason probably will know more about it because he works with a couple of the citizens here in the city who kind of take care of that. So Jason, you got it.
I know Howard Eckert at the same time, he's got a hiking group too. Doesn't he involve, he does quite a bit of hiking?
Yes, he
Maybe we could
does.
put that together, Doug.
Mhm.
There could be a few things we could capture when they're up here. Okay, good. Sounds terrific. I'm going to add what Jamie had said, because we've been going through the hard disk drive, and I'll just say her comments about photos and videos, and bear with me. This is Jamie. I'm looking for photos for all fires that have created this fall. I found that we need more shots of Sky Valley that don't include the golf course. For magazine ads, they need to be taken with zoom and close. When taking some of the photos, just think, would this look good in a small photo in a magazine ad? She also said, I picked up the hard drive from Jason with the photos from last year, and as I have, I will start to organize them. When will the 2022 photos be stored? Where will the 2000 photos be stored? Will Steve send them to Jason and to be added to the portable hard drive? We do need an online site that Steve and other good photos can be uploaded to Jason. Jason can come on this and we'll talk about it. So just sort of overall, what we're really trying to do here at this time with all these photos, we have something to use. Jason was talking to Steve, and he was saying, what should he do, Doug, with them? Should we take the hard disk drive that we have now, send it to Steve, and then he can upload the photos, or what? Or do we wait until at the end of the year and then take this? Essentially, we have the hard disk drive, and instead of buying another one, it probably makes more sense just to take it and then send it to Steve, and then he can upload the photos after we've done this. Any comments on that?
I had spoken with Ron Lawson with the Lawson
Okay.
Media Group.
Yes.
And basically, I guess we could create like a Google Drive, a cloud-based type format.
Right.
That would probably be the best place. The only thing is that when you make that available like that, you really can't restrict it if anybody really wants to access those photos. So, but that is an option. Really, it's just the moving parts that we could, I'm sure the Lawsons could get into gear if need to, but that would be a way to probably create something.
I'm sorry, why don't you go over that again? Because I know that's the next step. We're talking, JC. The Lawson Group would set up a what?
It's basically a Google Drive, online
Cloud drive.
cloud
Yeah.
drive type thing where those photos could be uploaded to the cloud, and then you would be able to send that out to people that
Yeah.
the link out, and somebody could access it.
Jason, do you see that our new communication specialist kind of will be in charge of that? And if someone needs
Absolutely.
photographs, she or he could send them to
Yeah,
whoever.
that's what we were hoping for.
Yes.
Somebody that can really devote that time
Yeah,
to this. Had a comment here from Hadley. I'm not sure who Hadley is, but we use Photo Shelter at photoshelter.com to handle brands and asset management for photos. Again, this is kind of a space that I'm not too familiar with. I do try to learn as much as I can on, but a cloud-based, I mean, that would probably be the way to go, because right now with those photos being stored on that drive, if something happened to that drive,
right,
we
Yes.
would have to go back to Steve to re-upload
right.
and
No, I think we need multiple sites where they're all stored, that's for sure. But I think that's the communication specialist could take it from Jamie and, organize it and be in charge of
Yes.
being able to disseminate the photos whenever they're needed.
Right, organize it by categories, and as we found, as we have more ads coming up, and we want ads, the photos for the time of the year,
Yeah.
winter, fall, spring, so we can just organize that, and by activities. We're gonna do more advertising and print ads, and how can we use them, and have AC
You
access.
definitely want everything password protected. You don't want the open public to have access, because they can upload anything they want
Yeah.
and they can destroy what you have.
Mm.
Also, we would like to use the videos that Steve produces in our new City Hall and Visitor Center. Jason and I have been talking about some sort of display as you come into the new Visitor Center / City Hall, so that everybody can see all these wonderful videos. I think that would
Okay.
be
And
really great.
that's a great idea. I'm excited
Right, I love
about that
that.
place.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it should start very soon. I think our
Good.
contractor is starting when, Jason?
Monday, this
Monday.
upcoming Monday.
So I'm excited about it too, but so as much goody videos and photographs that we can use in there would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. I look forward to hearing more about that.
So back, glad to hear this, that we're gonna come up with a solution for the storage and access. What do we do with the current, videos and photos that Steve has? He has one, he's got three, he's been here three times. Of course, you got from the Fall Fest and October 3rd and this last week. And should we just wait? There's suggestions on that, Jason? Send it down or load it, send it back to him or what, or just wait until we get the communication specialist?
I mean, if he wants to take, I don't know how much space is left is available on that.
Hey,
Portable
I'll stop
drive.
right there, Jason. He says he bought a big one and it can take tons of more photos and videos. That was one reason he said, well, can we just use the same one? How do we get it back and forth to me? So no problems there.
So the answer is, do we want to send it to him? Doug, suggestions? Since obviously he's got 3 shoots now, 3 different shoots.
That's up
Jason,
to y'all.
or we can wait,
he
just
told me
wait.
He can do both or just wait and.
Wait until we get
Yeah.
the,
Now, one thing he mentioned, if we had something coming up like another ad, but I think Gordon, we're not probably doing any more ads this
I don't
year,
think-
so
bread.
probably don't need anything
Need it,
right now.
yeah.
So instead of back and forth, and it might be the point where we're up there or he's up there and he can grab it and just bring it back home, so.
Or maybe
All
he
right.
can just, download videos and send them to Jason and he can get with the Lawsons, or Jason can use some of these mini videos on the social media that we already have. And then we can store them on that hard drive and in the cloud.
Well, for sure, in between time, since we're going to look at doing something for that November, that's not coming up pretty quickly. You could bring it up at that time too. That I like what your suggestion, Doug. And at this time, so we'll find about that when he'll be visiting us, and that's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll make it happen. Just,
Okay.
we just
Very
want to
good.
make sure everything's good. So, hey,
Well, thank you. It's coming together, and that was the storage has always been an issue. Great. Looks like we're going to have a solution for that. So wonderful. All right, let's go to the next item, Vacation Guide Holiday Edition. Ad, do you all had a sense? Jamie worked on that, and I thought it really looked good. It's a fall, it's a holiday edition. Any comments on that? Jim, you talked about it. What'd you think of Jamie working on?
I was very impressed. The selection of the photos showed a diversity of activities. I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And it was fresh. I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, it's not quite as easy as one thinks. I mean, you got to go
No,
through.
I'm sure.
You're always trying to come up with creative things, get a little involved in it, something new, something refreshing, new photos and stuff like that. And Jamie has really good with the wording. So, but a lot of time goes into that. It's just not like look at it and do it. So again,
Yeah.
thank Jamie for what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Well, Doug knows that. Yes. Again, Jamie, thanks. And she's done a great job. And I don't see any additional ad between now and the end of the year. So, all righty. The next item, any comments on it at all? I'm going to go into trying to speed it up here. Let's talk about the budget, 2022 budget update. It looks like got an update from Jason. All of our expenses in terms of funding, all of our expenses are taken care of. We should have a carryover going into 2023 2023. What we're looking for now from the POA and the city and the club is revenues. Unlike this year, the budget wasn't approved until May, June. I would like to see this budget approved by January, so we have a nice flow where expenses are and things we got to do. So I'm asking at this point, we're going to have a carryover of some funds. All expenses will be taken care of, but the city, in terms of revenues, I'm looking at, revenues are everything. The city at this time, Ollie, I understand they've committed $5,000 for 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And now we're looking at POA. If the new members of the POA, what are we looking at? Ed, I know you're rolling off. Get an idea if they could discuss, give us idea before our next meeting in December, what the commitment will be so that we have a pretty good idea how to plan for it.
I have no idea. That's the new board's decision.
Yeah, new board. Yeah, I know you're on it. I guess.
No, I'm
Bruce,
not on it.
You're not, you're off, but you're here. Bruce, you're even though, would you get back, with the members of the POA, and then we, by our next meeting, have an idea if you can discuss what you're going to contribute for our budget for 2023. And
do that.
again, pardon me?
I can do that.
That's one, I figure you could, yeah. It'll give us our planning, so we can start off the block and everything nicely done. And of course, this will also be with the club. Here, of course, we got Roberta, you're here. If you get back, I know last year it was 5,000. I assume it'll be somewhat the same. Maybe you'll up it a little bit, but.
I will talk to the board about it and let you know.
Okay, great. For
We're
the
in the
next meeting.
process of doing our budgets for next year too, so it will coincide with that.
Fantastic. Thank you much. Any comments about budgets and so forth at this point? So you're going through, everything seems to be smoothly. Thank you, Jason. Again, thank you for every time I request an update, he responds right away. So Jason, any comments about the budget, funding and so forth? I think we're in pretty good shape.
Well, as we get down towards the end of the year, again, I know we had some conversations. There's two different things. There's the budget, and then there's what's in the bank.
Right.
From what I can tell, just ballpark here, there was about $1,100, give or take, after taking into consideration the monthly payments to finish out the rest of this year for the Golf
Right.
Live, the final installment to Denberg. That left about $1,100. There was a $300 donation for the Fall Fest, left about $820, and then this most recent magazine article was right at $485. So there's a little over $300 per my calculations here that's left to spend for this budget year.
Well, that was a hay bale. You also had the hay bale expenses there. Yeah. But
Yeah, well, we'll need to deduct that as well. So as far as expenditures, as far as what was approved, the total amount, the 17,000 something, that's just about exhausted. But again, as we get towards the end of the fiscal year, you would expect that. So,
How you doing?
Very good.
What I was looking for is, I wanted to put in here to give the people an idea. I hope I'm muted.
No, you're not.
Nick,
Hey,
okay.
buddy.
All right. I'm looking at Steve Mason on the other line, so it's official business. So let me go back to the mute. See y'all later. I'll be right back. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Okay, all right, great. Okay.
Hey, real quick for whatever, not to interrupt, but Roberta and Howard, the course looked amazing. I mean, I got out and hit a few shots. It's just spectacular. So y'all doing a great job.
Yeah,
Well,
we have an
Doug
excellent
is
group.
telling you how great the course is. So Steve, you need to listen to that. Doug, repeat that. Steve wants to hear it.
Steve wants to hear it. No, I was just commenting on, because rode the course, looked at everything, took some extra shots, talked to people. played some shots so I could, kind of look at different things, put it on the greens. And it's just breathtaking. It just, as many golf courses as I have seen and whatever. And it was just over at Brasstown Valley the other day, and they do their fairways dormant. And it's okay. It's a winter thing. They do whatever, but y'all, the overseeing, whatever, it's just fantastic. It's just a picture book in terms of what Sky Valley, has done and meant, and what you guys have accomplished over the years. And I'm not just talking about the golf course, but the golf course, guys, was just in phenomenal shape. You hear that, Steve?
You hear, he said, thank you, Doug.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I missed you, Steve. If that's Steve Herrera, sorry I missed you. Tried to see you a couple times.
All right, you're going back to mute. He
Okay.
says thanks, and you're going back to mute now.
Okay. Back to the budget again, looking at the revenues, and then if you have the wish list for next year from each of the POA, again, the city, and from the club of items you'd like to do, throw them out, and we could discuss it at our next meeting. If you could send it out in advance, that items you'd like to have added to the marketing budget, and we'll put it together. And once we have that, then with the revenues, and hopefully we'll put it together, get approval on it. And I like, we'll have, as we had this year, each one representative from each of the departments, POA, city, and club, and we'll meet and agree on it and come up with a budget and then present it. Any comments about the budget itself, the process? Okay, all righty, let's go on to the next item. Will be hay bale trail. What's the comments overall? What do you guys think of the hay bale? I loved it, but what should we do, if anything, different next year?
I think we should get somebody from the city painting different ones and get rid of the old lady that's been doing it for a while.
But I'm not going to say what you just said, but the nice lady does a wonderful job. So,
Here, here.
Well,
I've seen multiple posts on social media and talked to people, and everybody was thrilled with the hay bale trail, and we were excited about the businesses that participate and hope to get some more next year.
yes,
All the people that talked to me liked the way we placed them within the city limits this year rather than on Highway 246, because they said, you drive by too fast and you can't really appreciate them. So those were the comments that I got.
well, I think the concept, love the concept, and anything earlier is better. The planning and getting it out earlier so we can get more participation on it. I love to see that. And it takes a lot of work. I know in the little one we did for the marketing, it's not as easy as it appeared, and come up with.
But you did good. You did good, Gordon. You
Yeah,
did good.
yeah, but it is
Yeah.
fun. It is fun to get a lot of people together, and I
Yeah.
encourage maybe earlier is better to plan and get groups together and come up with some fun, crazy, creative ideas, for the hay bales. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. So
I
Good
just
job.
want to thank the staff, everybody,
Yes.
staff here at City Hall, the police department that did a hay bale. I want to thank our Public Works. I realize they're not on if anybody sees this once it gets uploaded to YouTube, but a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
A little more difficult getting some of the hay bales this year. We actually, our normal vendor, just on a side note after the fact, I want to thank Jerry. We had to, we really thought we weren't going to have enough. So, but anyway, it turned out well. We actually were able to do this at the same time we were preparing for the Fall Fest. So again,
Right.
I just want to thank everybody.
The
and
Public
realize
Works guys work really hard.
hey,
They
hey,
take a lot of
really-
pride in that. I mean, it's all hands on
Right.
deck. It's almost like
Yeah.
when they do snow and the snow,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
snow plowing. But yeah, but it was a lot of fun, and it is well received.
Public Works has two initials they don't like to talk about. One is S, and that stands for snow. and one is H, and that's hay bales, but they did a great job. They
Well,
did a great job.
Yeah, I made it, just real quick, I'll say this. I was talking with him the other day about some stuff and I said, I ordered 25 tons of snow. I meant to say salt. And I thought Jerry, I thought Jerry and the guys were going to pass out. I didn't even realize I said that. I guess that's a Freudian slip.
Well,
But anyway,
Also, Jason, I want to mention that one or two of our public works guys are the ones who did the University of Georgia hay bale, and I thought they did a
Yeah.
fabulous job.
it did. Oh,
that was Dustin Hensley. He did that. I was not aware of that. My daughter actually painted it last year when the lady at the last moment could not paint the Georgia. She's a huge Georgia fan. But yeah, it was a
It
yeah,
was
they
fun.
did an outstanding job with that.
It was
Wow.
fun.
I encourage
Now,
you
the-
from a
The
marketing.
real
standpoint-
obstacle, the real obstacle that we overcame this year was the hurricane forecast. And so we held the putting out the bales until after the rain that didn't really come.
It didn't come, yeah.
But it made the window for getting all the bales set up a little narrower. And it looked like some of them weren't
Right.
going to be quite done, but everything came together great.
It
And,
did, yeah.
You know,
You're right, Tim.
Quality is
You're
on
right.
an upward trajectory, I think.
Right. And the
Very
garden
nice.
club, the garden club ladies and some of the gentlemen that were the deliverers of the goods did a fabulous job too,
Yes.
Mhm.
decorating our
Great.
corners and so forth. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And I really enjoyed having the bear down in the valley
Yeah,
this year. I think that was just stunning to have it all
Right.
there together.
I agree. Okay, the
Thank
next
you, Sam.
item is just the comments we ever did on Fall Fest, from advertising. We had a chance to do it since we knew it. I suggest we get early on. This is the first year we started again, but from a promotion marketing standpoint, we got it in a couple of magazines. I don't know if that helped, but early is better again, so we can put some of this dates in some of our publications and let them know. And a lot of people like that in some of the
Right.
mountain travel magazines. So earlier is better in terms of commitment so that, Doug can do things if they know about this. This is big
Yeah.
stuff. And I assume that this will be, the Fall Festival will happen next year. Is this something?
That's
we plan
correct.
for?
The date's already been planned, and Gordon, I would like to thank Ken Walton. He wrote up a wonderful description of Fall Fest, had it put in the newspaper. It was in the Clayton Tribune 3 or 4 times. Also, we used his write-up to produce posters that Jim Rhodes posted in all the stores in
Yeah.
Clayton and in
Yes.
Franklin, and I
Yes.
think that was a great
Hmm.
idea.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Okay, final is our next meeting. I noticed we normally do our meetings the last Thursday of the month, but obviously we got the Thanksgiving. And do you have any problem setting up the next meeting for Thursday, December the 1st? Any comments as our next meeting date?
It works.
We're all okay with this, okay? That will be.
It works for me. I've got some lab work, but who cares?
So
We can
it'll
move
be
it.
So it'll be the following week. And I don't have
Yeah.
anything pressing coming up where we have to make decisions, committee decisions. Committee, does that date work for you?
Are you talking about December the 8th?
No,
Ben?
December the
December the
1st.
1st.
Oh, we're still December the 1st.
Yeah.
Before you
Yeah.
close up, Gordon, I would like to thank Mr. Hadley, who is a Sky Valley property owner, for giving us his suggestions. And I'm glad he participated today. So thank you. Go
Ah,
ahead.
So there was, I'm sorry, go ahead. We're just looking now for the next meeting date, delaying instead of November. I don't have any big issues coming up that we could delay it since the last Thursday of the month is Thanksgiving and just carry it over 1 week until December the 1st. I want to make sure the committee is okay with that. Any
It's okay
comments
with-
on it?
What'd you say, Roberta?
It's okay with me.
Okay.
Okay, great. All
How
right.
about you, Paul and Bruce? Are you okay with that? Yep, there's a wave from
Bruce?
Paul and a thumbs up. Bruce is okay.
It's okay, like, great. And we'll send out a meeting on that. So wonderful, good meeting. We had a lot done and glad we will do the meeting. I would say now we're looking for, is there a suggestion for adjournment? At this point? Is there
I
a
move we adjourn.
second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Hi,
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, committee.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank
thank you,
you.
Gordon.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Good to see you all.
Good to-
Take care.
Bye.